Hey everyone! I'm just gonna pin my website. Whoops, way too many spaces. I'm just, kind of bored. So I figured I'd go live and show you guys some makeup, as I do all the time. Okay, so I pinned my website, so if anyone's interested in any of these products, you can check out my site and find them there. I'm just going to start by priming my face. And this primer is super silky and very silky. It definitely helps your makeup, your foundation, and any of the face products go on very smoothly. I even put it on my eyes for my eyeshadow later. And it helps protect your skin from breaking out from the makeup. I have been using the detox mask, so my skin, the detox mask pulls everything to the surface and gets it out. So that's why I've been slowly breaking out, because I've been using that mask at least once every couple days. So sorry, I got a message. Yeah. Bring it down to my neck. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. So yeah, it's Monday. Monday fun day. If you're watching this later, hashtag replay. I just got back from a counseling appointment, so, talking to people. Just like open that weird. It is really hot out today. After this, I might go sit in my little kiddie pool with my child, with my daughter, who will actually be 6 months very soon. Maybe I'll do a live with her, It's hard enough going live and having someone else watch her, so might as well try and do it with her in it maybe one day. It is very difficult though, because she ends up grabbing everything. But she is super cute, so, You know what? Today I actually am going to put concealer on first, because these under eyes are getting worse as I get less and less sleep. And you can use this to also contour a little bit in the same spots, even if you put it under or over. And put it over certain spots that are really red today. And then you just leave. Yeah. But this is the powder concealer brush. You can, excuse me, you can use like any brush that you want, really. I mean, the brushes do make a difference though. Even if it isn't unique, I do highly suggest like using brushes, because it does make a difference in the application, whether you're using your fingers or not using your fingers. But like I said, like, you can use whatever you feel comfortable with. You do not have to get anything, obviously. But these are just some, I just really like this brush. It's like super soft and definitely worth your money. But I understand that it is a little pricey. So I get it. I'm just gonna let the concealer sit a little bit, just so that, it is more, less see-through, not more see-through. Just gonna roughly like place it. And then for the spots that you really want to cover, like I said, let it sit for a second, but also kind of like stipple it in. Maybe I'll go live again later for you guys to like show you guys a mask. That wouldn't be till like way later though, if anyone's curious. Once my kid's asleep for the night. Okay, so then I'm gonna use the other end of this powder concealer brush and kind of just like make it blend even more once that's been sitting there for a minute. So yeah, and then I'm gonna take the shade Velour, but the Touch Minerals liquid foundation. And just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't normally do this. I just wanted to see how it goes. So, I just figured this would like allow it to be a little bit more evenly dispersed. Just definitely putting it directly on your face. Me doesn't really matter, but since it does dry to a powder finish, it doesn't totally matter. But I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it does the same. We'll see what happens once it dries. Once I keep blending. I might do one more over. Just because I am breaking out, as you can see. So that's not even, I wouldn't even say like a full 2 coats because I literally put like 1.5 like drops on the second time, and that went over. I just roughly went over my entire face again, but like I said, I'm just kind of like breaking out a little bit. So like right here. But like I said, I've been using the detox mask, so that's why. Anyways, okay, so now I'm gonna go in with, first I'm going to do the Touch Behold setting powder. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go in with the Beachfront Bronzer in shade Sunset. And just bring some color back in my face. Just roughly. I'm not doing anything. As usual. But that's okay. I go outside. It is really, I mean, it is hot, but it is nice. It's not super humid. I mean, it's definitely really hot though. I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush to contour my nose. I'm pretty sure this is like 99 cents from Rite Aid, this brush. It's just a really basic eyeshadow brush that you use to like pack on the shadow. And I also put, I forgot to do under my chin, I just realized. I mean under my lip. I also forgot to do this. Under my neck. And down my face. Kind of just brings the whole look together, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, now I'm gonna go in with the translucent setting powder just to set everything in place. And it is translucent, so if you put it over anything, it's pretty much just gonna mattify anything that you're concerned about. So this is like also really great over the BB cream. Any of the powders are great under, I mean over, not under, any of the BB creams or anything else for that matter. Or just without anything. It's great mattifying powder. You might be able to hear my kid now. That's okay. Alright, now I'm going to go on to eyebrows. And I'm going to be using the Moodstruck Brow Obsession palette in shade Brunette. Because I am a brunette. I'm going to go on with the darker shade. And I do, as you just saw, like to do like the bottom line and then the top line over that. I mean, and then kind of like just fill in between. I find that the easiest way to do brows. I mean, if you don't want them super dark, then you can just do that and kind of like blend it out in the middle with the spoolie thing on the other side. I just hit my nose. Great. It'll look okay once it's done. I'll sculpt them out. They might not look the same right now, but that's okay. So then you're gonna take well, hold on, this is just the way I do it, but once I find the brush that I am looking for, it's easiest with a brush like this because then you can get like a straight line. So like a flat brush. And then you're gonna go into the pink shade or this shade, doesn't really matter. One of these two. I'll try this one today. Let's see what happens. I've never used the white one yet. Probably just does the same thing. Interesting. I thought this is the part I don't like about using this shade is you can't really see where it is, but yeah, Mom, me and you can both mask. I'm gonna mask with my mom. Maybe I'll do a live with you, Mom. I think my kid just threw something. I just like heard something hit the floor. Someone's watching her. I'm not just like letting her fend for herself. Just if anyone's curious. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna look crazy, but I actually don't mind this side. This color shade, whatever, as much as I thought I would. This brown always looks different. Like, you want to do this. Oh well. It is what it is. So then you take, I just cleaned this today, but you take an empty blending brush and you just blend it all together. You can do the same thing, like if you have a brow pencil, like I used, I think yesterday in my live. You can do that with the brow pencil. You can also, and then use like concealer if you only have those two with any products. Obviously, even if it's not unique, this is just, you know, unique brand stuff. And I really like it. And it goes on very nicely. So. Say that hello. Hello, Aunt Feeny. That's okay. You can watch it later. So, that's my brows. And of course, I go back over it with the powder concealer brush that I just used for my face and just kind of like blend them a little bit even more, just so that they look a little bit more natural, like my actual brows, like without, as if I didn't even do anything to them, but obviously we know we did, know that I did. They just look like different today for some reason. I feel like they look different every day that I do my makeup. Whatever. I'm fine. I am going to now do my eyes. I'm going to go in with the shade Discreet in the pressed shadows. Just gonna, that's what I just used for my This is like the same thing as the deluxe brush, but you could also use like a brush, you know, the 99-cent brush that you just used for. I just have several of these 99-cent brushes. They're super nice. You can get them from Rite Aid. They're Wet n Wild. You can go online somewhere else to get them. I don't know, but probably Amazon. But I have several Wet n Wild brushes, and I have cheap brushes and I have expensive brushes. And some of the cheaper brands perform well, but don't hold up as nicely, if that makes sense. So, but I actually really do like these Wet n Wild 99-cent brushes. Anyways, but you could use that for the same thing as well. I just really like this, and I think this is Urban Decay or something. I don't know. Yeah, it is. And it has like this on the other end. Regardless, I'm going to use a Discreet in the eyeshadows. It's just a matte peachy nude color. I'm going to put that all over my lid. I'm going to press that in, and then I'll just blend it out a little bit just so that I know it's like all over my lid. And I bring it up to my brow bone just so that there's a base of shadow down, so that when I do put any, like whether it's a lighter shade or anything up there, then it's like going to match. So then I'm gonna take the blending brush and just, like I said, just swipe everywhere so it's like all. I will be getting the what do you call that? Liquid liner, and so very soon, like it'll be here soon eventually. It's coming. I just don't know when it's gonna be here. But then I'll be able to show you guys like a wing, even though I'm not great at it. So you guys should check that out because that'll be interesting how that plays out. Oh my gosh, this eyebrow, I can't. I have to fix it. I don't know what's going on with it. Hold on. This is driving me nuts. That was a little better. Like, I don't want it to be boxy, but at the same time, I kind of like that look. And so when I don't, it's like weird to me. I think it's like my scar also, like it's hard to like fill in for some reason. It's a little more similar. The struggle bus of doing eyebrows. I'm just so particular, and like this just looks different. Maybe I'm like holding my face different. Like, why does this look more curvy? Can someone help me? I'm just kidding. Like this one looks good. I mean, kind of, except for right there, but I'm not perfect either, guys. I told you. I just don't understand. That looks a little better. Maybe I just need to brush it. Maybe I'm holding. I'm going insane. I need to just stop touching it. And then I'm gonna go in with the, I don't even know, maybe it says what these are. Should I shoot these? I guess it'd be like a highlighter. Brow powders, highlighters. Yes, it says like the highlighters. So like number 4, whatever that is, because there's like little numbers above each one. So this is number 4. I'm just gonna go back in with that as well. Okay, whatever. Then the empty blending brush. I guess another trick that you can do, you can use like a really light shadow like Discreet and also kind of do this too. And like kind of blend it out just so that it's like more natural looking. If that makes sense to anyone. That looks a lot better. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this is good. It's gonna get whatever. So I'm just gonna replace this under here. This is the shade Discreet, whatever is left on the brush. This brow just looks crazy. Alright, and then I'm going to place the shade Gingerly. I really love this shade. If you haven't been watching, you'll notice that this is like my go-to like easy shade. And this would look beautiful with just this and Discreet and then like a wing. But I do not currently have the liquid liner. I guess I could use one that I already have, but dear God, that's gonna go horribly. Just gonna wait. Because I'm really not good at it. I need to practice a little bit more before I do it. I've always wanted to try those, like, if anyone's ever heard of them, like the stamps they have for like wing liner, but I feel like that could go horrible as well. Like I could like be like, oh, this looks great, and then I try it and like, you know, you could accidentally move this one that's like crazy, this awesome like weird looking wing, and then this one's like perfect, and then it's like that on its own, just wing liner is like an art on its own. But I've heard stuff about like the NYX brand for that. I think it was NYX. I don't remember, but it was like a different brand that people were using that I heard good things about. But I've also heard good things about the Unique brand, so I will tell you once it gets here. Oh, I've also tried like the tape thing. I guess I could do that again. But see, the issue with that is you kind of have to do that like before you even put on your foundation. And I usually do my foundation first, and then I forget, right? And then I gotta put the tape on top of that, and then you gotta like redo that because, you know, the tape takes off. Anyways, empty blending brush. I think you're blending this out. These shadows are really nice. They blend out very beautifully. Beautifully. But yeah, a blending brush, no matter where you're getting it from, you just want to make sure you have a nice fluffy brush. So if you look at these, there's a huge difference between these. I wonder, I hope it like focuses for you guys. So the black brush is clearly, why won't it focus? There we go. So this is like clearly really fluffy, really loose. And this one is really tightly packed. So like when you go like that, you can see them all spring right back up. Whereas this like is just really fluffy. So you're gonna want, why would I focus? Okay. You're gonna want like the black brush for blending and this brush for applying the shadow. So I feel like you need at least 2 brushes if you want to be like super successful with your shadows. You can place the shadows with this, but it's not going to be as exact. It's going to be a hot mess. But like I said, even if it's not unique, you want at least 2 brushes for your eyeshadow. And I'd even recommend also getting like a crease brush. You know, if you're trying to play with eyeshadow and get like different brushes to do different things, I definitely recommend those 3 brushes. I've seen women use the angled shadow brush a lot, but I just like have tried so hard to make this work for me, and it never does. I don't know why. But it's very similar to this in that it's like super loose, but I feel like it just doesn't, I don't know. I I'd rather just place it with this. But you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. Well, this is just what works for me. As I'm sure already many of you know. I'm just gonna add whatever's left on this brush before I clean it off. Then blend that out a little bit more. Alright, clean that off. I'm like, don't know whether I should use the Addiction palette again, or if I should use, I haven't used Witty in a while, I don't know, but I feel like that's just like too much of a similar shade. It's just not burnt orange, it's just orange. And I use a splurge cream like every day, because that is in the Kudos, and I guess I could say that, but this month's Kudos does have the splurge cream, so you get a splurge cream, the Epic mascara, and you get also, you know, a choice of the shade of the new lip plumper, Hottie lip plumper. Those are awesome. Mine's in the mail, so I'll be able to show you guys once it gets here. But just reminding you, you do get the mascara for $5 in that bundle, so check that out if you are looking to get mascara and, you know, the splurge cream shadow or whatever. It's just a great bundle to like even start out with if you want to mess with eyeshadow. The splurge creams are super easy to use. They might look intimidating, but really you can even apply them with your finger. Maybe I'll do that for live. I'll like, you know what, screw it, I'll just do it for this one. I'll just like show you guys. I use Elegant a lot, so I have 2 more splurge creams coming in the mail, but I will show you guys. So I did already put Gingerly and Discreet down, but the other ones that I'll be using that are in the mail, like I'll show you also once they get here how to apply them with just your fingers. Okay, so I literally just like dip my finger in here. Boop, 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 boop. And this is even if you didn't have any other shadow on your lid. So you can literally just, you know, you kind of press and swipe a little bit so it gets off your finger. And this Elegant, this shade is like such a pretty shade. Even if you wore it just by itself and just had like just some mascara on and like more of a bearish face, like you just had some foundation, I feel like this would look really pretty with that as well, just because it is such a neutral like shimmer shade. And see how that just makes such a huge difference? And I like, especially with the shimmers, like a lighter shimmer, I like to put it in my, I think they call it like a tear duct, I don't know. Because it also brings pop to that as well, which is super pretty. So, that is without the splurge cream, and this is with. And I literally, like I said, literally just applied that with my finger. And I have Gingerly in my crease, so, but, I did use Extravagant as just the only splurge cream the other day. It's just a yellow shade, so like maybe not, that's not something I would do all the time, because it's not like a, something, I don't know. But that is with the splurge cream applied with my finger. And I'll blend it out a little bit, and that's without. I just want you guys to see the difference. So that is just with literally just Gingerly. So I could even, I'd feel confident and just fine just going out like this for a very, very minimal look with some mascara, obviously, because I feel weird without mascara on. And that is with the splurge cream. It makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. So then I'm going to go and do the other eye and just, you know, boop, boop, boop. And I really love the Epic mascara. Like, that would be something I would use every day. But I haven't used just the 3D in a while. Yesterday I did 2 coats of Epic, and it was literally epic. Like, it actually did a lot more than I was expecting it to do, just because I've done it before. But like I said, for some reason these mascaras like get better as you use them. Like, I'm not just saying that. So it's like, I at first like was like, oh, I don't know about this, and I did it in a live just to show you guys like what it does. But then after that, like, it just got better and easier to use. Like, it went on more smoothly as you used it. And I don't know if it's because it's like too fresh. I don't know. But that's just my consensus. However, I'm going to blend this out just a little bit, just so that it blends a little bit more nicely with the shade, because if you did it on its own, it would be a little less obvious if it doesn't blend. If they do have a splurge cream, or I think they call it the cream shadow brush, which is very similar to this brush right here. Not exactly the same, but essentially the same thing. It's like super tightly packed because you want it to obviously, like, you can kind of like more press this on than you do like swipe it or anything. I'm just gonna go through. I still have some on my fingers, so I figured I'd just add it to it. Okay, so yeah, super easy to do. I don't know what to do with this now. I have like a, oh wow. Okay. Oh, I put it right here. Oh wait, sorry, I keep forgetting. So now I'm going to, and also like when you put any shimmers on, you're like, there is going to be some fallout. So the nice thing is you can literally just go boop and they're gone. And obviously I want some in the corner, but so now I'm going to go into my tight line. I'm going to look in the mirror though, because it makes it a lot easier. I don't know if you guys can see, so I have it in my tight line right here on this eye, on the top, and not on this eye. It makes quite a difference once you, especially once you have mascara on. So I'm literally just gonna go like, actually I can do this without the mirror because I've been doing this forever. I'm literally just bringing in partially under my eye, excuse me. So now I'm gonna go, oh, and this is the Moodstruck Precision Pencil Liner in the shade Proper. And it's the dark brown, so. For some reason, it's so much easier for me to do this eye. I don't know what it is. Alright, that definitely does take some getting used to. But these liners are super nice because they glide on. They don't like get stuck and you gotta like pull it. You don't gotta warm it up. You don't gotta, you know, whatever. You'd have to sharpen it, but that's not that big of a deal. For me at least. But it definitely, it goes on nice. They stay on all the, I don't know if they're technically waterproof, but I do know they stay on like crazy. And they might even be waterproof. I do know they're 24-hour wear. I haven't had issues with them coming off. And even when you go to wash your face, it does come off. But it is eyeliner, so if you do put it in your tight line, then it's going to be harder to get off, obviously. But, you know, just take a Q-tip or a cotton pad and just like wipe under there a couple times and you are good to go. The mascara comes off really easily. The mascara is not waterproof. It's not going to go anywhere. Like I went in the baby pool that I had and I got splashed a couple times, and as long as you don't wipe it off, it's not going anywhere. But if you wash it off, it's going to go somewhere. It's going to go away. Just so anyone's aware. So this is the transplanting gel. These are the 3D fibers. They do come in this sachet in the 3D fibers box, so you can store them in there. I just already had them ready to go. And this is the gel. So you're gonna apply. Whoops. You're gonna apply the gel. Oh, you're gonna stab your eye? You know, whatever works for you. It does help to like, especially separate your glasses, your lashes. if you kind of like shake them like that. So you want to make sure that they are nice and wet with the gel. So even just the gel, look at how much of a difference that makes. And you're going to want to apply the fibers just to the tips of your lashes. And while they're still wet, obviously, so they have something to stick to. This finger still has the sparkle cream on it. That's okay. It's getting sparkles everywhere though. So while that is drying, you can move to the other eye. Whoops. And just make sure you get your lashes nice and wet with the gel. I'm just also looking in the mirror over here so that way, because this eye I always struggle with for some reason. And the nice thing about this wand, it's not super big, which is like super nice because then you can get those little tiny lashes that you normally might not be able to get to. So yeah, and then you do go in with your fibers, roll them on your hands so no loose ones get in your eye. And while, you know, the gel is still wet, you want to get the fibers on there so they stick to them. See, like that one, that's a loose one. You don't want that going in your eye. It'll not be fun getting out. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, it is not fun getting fibers in your eye. So, it really sucks. And it's hard to get out. And so that's why I prefer the Epic mascara. But, you know, because also when you use the Epic underneath, you don't have to like go in with the transplanting gel. Like the fibers, you really want to focus on the tips of your lashes, but I feel like when you use the like 3D on its own without the Epic underneath, you have to like get even closer to your lash line, which means you're liable to get the fibers in your eye, which I kind of did get a couple in this eye, so it kind of does hurt, but that's okay. But like I said, you get better with it anyways, so you like it's like a learning process. Trying to learn how to, you know, use this mascara. It takes me like so much longer to do this. So also, that's why I like the Epic. It's like a one and done. So it's like you don't have to mess around with, you know, doing more than one step. But I will say using the 3D over the Epic is some crazy results. Okay, I'm gonna go back over with this eye. And of course. But it definitely, like I said, it definitely makes a huge difference using the Epic. But I think, I mean, if I'm being honest, I really do prefer the Epic. I'm just gonna be honest. I almost want to, like, put the Epic over this, but I know it's not gonna be the same. But, so, personally, I find the Epic works 1,100 times % better. But, you know, I just don't want to sell you guys a crappy product. This isn't a crappy product. It's just, on its own, I feel like it doesn't look as nice as the Epic mascara does. For some reason. Maybe if I did a second coat, but I don't have time to mess around with that. That's what I mean. Like, the Epic gets the almost, it's like the same results. And it's only one step. Okay. This is gonna get today. That's okay. But I will say also, the 3D fiber lashes almost seems like it like gives me a fuller lash look. It's like a combination. So that's why I'm saying like both like definitely gets you like a great lashes. But just the Epic on its own is just as good in my opinion. But if you're going for like a really full, like long, like luscious lash look, then definitely use both. I was just waiting for this to dry before I messed with it. So yeah, that is that. I don't know whether to use, maybe I just used. I'm just going to use a lip bonbon today. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, so I'm going to use the highlighter. I forgot about that again, just because I don't know why. I'm like out of order for some reason. This is the Touch All Mode Cream Voluminizer in shade Benevolent. It's a super pretty golden-y, like frost shade that would look good really literally on any skin tone. It dries to a powdery finish. I love it. Super easy to apply. Hello, Emily. How nice of you to finally jump on. Yeah, so super easy to apply. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go in with my powder concealer brush. But you could use like a, I don't even know what this would be considered. Like, I don't know what word to use. Like a, I don't know, whatever, a regular fluffy brush. You can use whatever you want. This is Wet n Wild, probably like $2, but I really like this brush, very universal. I just use this. You could do your entire face with this. You could even do eyeshadow with this side. I mean, obviously, if you're using it for concealer afterwards, you're going to want to like make sure it's clean. And then I'm going to use... But it definitely like changes like the way your face like reflects light and everything. I'm gonna fix this again. My brows, I don't know what they're doing today. Like, I really don't know what they're doing today. They're doing their own thing. They have their own plans, which are separate than what I just attempted to change them to. So alright, I'm gonna stop messing with them. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a lip balm because they're super moisturizing. Basically a tinted lip balm. This one is, I think, chocolate truffle, and it's a corally pink tone. Super pretty on. So yeah. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and if you are watching this later, obviously hashtag replay. I'll post some photos of the finished look and tag some of the products I use if anyone's like missed this and doesn't want to watch it for some reason. I get it. So yeah, make sure if you haven't already to like my page so you get notified of future live videos. So if you tap my nose, you'll be able to see, you know, or you'll be able to like the page and make sure you're following. Also, you know, for the month of July, it's still the option. You get $300 worth of makeup for $99. You get your own affiliate link, so people buy from that, and then you make money. I mean, that's all you gotta do is just post it, and then people order, and then you make money. So, I mean, crazy. And you get $300 worth of makeup for $99. So, I definitely suggest checking that out. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're interested in any of these products, make sure to go to the link posted in the comments below and also in the description of this video. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye.